Alright, so today we're talking about this little camera that I grew to love in the last month or so. And I'm gonna tell you 5 things that you should consider if you're thinking about buying this camera, or 5 things that will give you a reason to buy this camera in 2022. Hey, what's up everyone, Chris here, welcome back to the channel. And I know I've been missing last week because I had some personal stuff to fix. I'm fine, everything is alright, and thank you for your concern and thank you for your care. And the good thing is, nice things happened last week and I want to take a little bit of a break to enjoy them. But let's get back to the video. Today we're talking about the X-M1 and why you should buy this camera in 2022. This is a camera that I enjoy the most in, let's say, the last month or so since I bought it. And I bought it used for very cheap. And this is the first reason, the price on these cameras. You'll probably find this camera for around $150 to $250 depending on the condition. Mine is a little bit beat up, not necessarily inside but outside. The screen has a little bit of a scratch on it, and also there are a few smudges here and there, but I still love this camera and I still enjoy shooting with it because it's a beast in my opinion for what it can do. So price is the first reason that you should think about buying this one in 2022. Now the second thing is, if you know say this Fujifilm community and the hypes that are going around this community, the sensor in the X Pro 1 and XE1 and the X-M1 is the Xtrans 1 sensor, and it's probably one of the most debatable sensors in terms of color rendition and the quality of the image that provides. And I am pleased to tell you that this debate, it's not in vain. It's actually a great sensor that provides amazing image quality and colors. Though this camera doesn't have that many film simulations, I think that the ones that they're in the camera are there to stay, and they're very well built to give you that vintage image that you're looking for if you're shooting JPEGs, if you're shooting RAWs, because this one has that capability. Well, that's a different story. You can have the JPEGs separately and just share them on your social media or with your friends or family and have the RAWs and play with them, because the image quality, like I said, it's very good. They're not gonna fall apart very fast. So the sensor, the Xtrans 1 sensor, is the reason number 2 that I believe this camera deserves a look in 2022. Now, the third one is the fact that this camera has interchangeable lenses. And if you are acquainted with the X100 series, that looks pretty much like this one, except from the fact that that one has an OVF and an EVF. This one doesn't have any. Only a screen that we're going to talk about a little bit later. Well, that one, the X100 series, has a fixed 23mm f2 lens that you can't change. You can add some adapters to make it wider or longer, but that's kind of all. On this one, you can basically use any X-mount lens ever created, ever built by Fujifilm, and that gives this camera a little bit more, let's say, usability than the X100 series, because you can use the camera for different, let's say, situations using different focal length. And I really love that. Though, to be honest, I didn't take this 27 2.8 off the camera since I bought it, because I love that focal length and I love how it plays with the camera. You can use any kind of X-mount lens, and obviously vintage lenses with adapters, because the mount on this camera is an X mount, and you can take the lenses off and play with whatever focal length you want, or aperture, and so on and so forth. Now, I mentioned screen, and that is a little bit of a downside if you are like me and like to have your camera up to your eye and shoot through the EVF or the OVF. But I don't think this camera is hindered because not having that, because this screen on the back is a flip screen. You can flip the screen up and down more than 90 degrees, and you can shoot above your head. You can also shoot way down low when you need to, if you're shooting street photography and you're shooting around your hip to be a little bit more incognito. Well, this camera can do that, and it also provides you with a feature that these days the Fujifilm cameras don't really have, or they have it less and less, and that is this. This is a pop-up flash, built-in flash that can be tilted back to create that, let's say, soft light on your subject face, or to fill the room with light. And it's pretty powerful, not amazing, but pretty powerful for shooting, let's say, around 6-7 feet from your subject, and give it a little bit of a fill light, and keep the ISO low, as well as running a little bit more of a shutter speed and not worrying about having movement in your photos. So this is the fifth reason. The flash is amazing to have on any camera, especially for those like me or like you, shooting street photography or trying to document things at night, and not caring about the time of the day when you're shooting. If you need to shoot, you go out and shoot, and this is pretty helpful. Also, it does have a hot shoe, so you can put a flash on top of it and shoot with the flash. Other than that, I think this camera provides anything and everything that should provide for the age. It's a 10-year-old camera, something like that, and it's one of the first cameras that Fujifilm released when they started the X-mount. Like I said, along with the X Pro 1, which is a pro line, and the XE1, which is a line that I kind of love. Those two have EVFs, and those two have more simulations to play with. But for the money that you're paying on this one, I think it's a good deal. If you can find it for $150 to $100, I don't think you can go wrong with it, especially if you already have some lenses and if you are already bought in the Fujifilm ecosystem and you want to have something to carry with you all day, every day. It's a small, very portable camera with a very small grip, pretty similar to the XA series from Fujifilm. Like I said, flip screen and a lot of functions. Also, you have a macro function if you want to go a little bit closer to your subject. It's not a full macro, obviously. It's a more like a close-up option that can give you a little bit more magnification to get closer to your subject. Great camera that I really love, and I'm using it, though there are a few things that I don't like about it, and we're gonna talk in a different video what are the things that you should be aware of if you're thinking about buying this one. But for now, that's it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you for being here. Thank you for caring about this channel, and thank you for commenting and always keeping me on my tippy toes to make sure that what I'm doing on this channel is whatever you guys want to see. Don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to follow me on social media for more like of a BTS and what's happened behind the scenes to all these videos and my photography and everything else. And check the links in the description below for more videos, as well as affiliate links if you want to help the channel. That's it. I don't want to prolong this video. Stay focused, my friends, and I will definitely see you in a bit.